Borna Barisic, mobster son, bona fide shite bag. Welcome back to Big Stevie Cool, and we're looking at Borna Barisic because Dynamo Zagreb are interested in the man. Of course, he's only got 6 months left on his deal. There's talk of Yilmaz going out the door, but why is there not talk of Barisic? Well, it wasn't until right now, where Dynamo Zagreb have stepped in. We've seen Roma in recent years be linked with him. We've seen Aston Villa in recent windows been linked with him, and you've heard 11 million, 9 million, 7.5 million. Well, it's not going to be anything like that unless they want to decide to sign him 6 months early. But we'll have to talk about Barisic, and then we'll get to Josh Doidge, because Gattuso has revealed the transfer fee that Doidge will probably cost Rangers. And but Barisic, if we lose Yilmaz and Barisic in the same window, I wouldn't say it's a disaster, but it could be a catastrophe, because we could lose two pretty good left backs, in my opinion. For the league, I think Barisic and Yilmaz are. Yeah, you strive for better, right? I know Barisic has been a shite bag, blah, 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 yeah. I rate Yilmaz. You know what? As left backs come, it's two pretty decent options to have in the department of left back. It is. You could start either one, you couldn't really complain. For me, I'd be starting Yilmaz, especially the fact that Barisic is 6 months is left and he can sign whatever. I think players that aren't signing, or you're not part of your plans, they shouldn't really be playing. They should just be used if needed. And for me, we should need to learn on that. We've seen with Kent and Morelos and co last season. It'll continue into the history books as well. Players with 6 months remaining that have already signed contracts with other club or are just going to leave, I wouldn't play them until you need to play them. And with Borna Barisic, recently Yilmaz has started and he's been good. But you can't sell both of them without plans. Now, of course, we've heard of Doidge. We've heard of Gigi Small. Could we sell those two and bring in Doidge and Small? Potentially. But I think ripping up an entire position is pretty extreme, especially at the halfway point. It's not like up front where Rangers literally need it ripped up. You need to sell Lammers. You want to sell Dessers. Danilo's out injured. I think Danilo will be decent backup to Lawrence Shankland when he comes in. Hopefully, come on, Rangers, get the checkbook out. But transfer news is drying up. But Barisic, if it's a case of getting a couple of million for him, or a million, 800,000, and letting him go to Zagreb early, I probably would. I actually would do that, because you know why, right? We've got injuries coming back in the middle of the midfield, and albeit Sterling doesn't deserve to be dropped, he can play left back. Yilmaz is currently still at the club, even though I would say Yilmaz is probably more likely to leave than Barisic. You've got Adam Devine, who can definitely play at left back if he wants to, and if you want to fire Leon Balogun out in the left, John Sear, whoever. But the point is, Barisic should have went a couple of windows ago. See, when Roma actually came in with that £11 million bid, we should have sold him right there and then. And then that's when you could bring in Josh Doidge for peanuts from Hibs. But no, Rangers sticking their nose up yet again. But let's talk about Gattuso, because if Doidge is going to be the one to replace Barisic or Yilmaz, looks like it could be either or at this rate. Let's see what the fee is linked with. Well, reported, sorry. Because of course, Torino are also after him, and they are managed by Gattuso, and he's threw Torino's hat into the list here, as the Daily Record website is an absolute disaster, but we've got there. He has suggested that the initial offer, well, not the initial offer, but they've actually bid it apparently, and apparently the €5 million ain't good enough. So €5 million ain't landing you Josh Doidge, but Rangers have the ace card. We've got Yilmaz. Offer Yilmaz and a couple of million, right? So Rangers are probably going to have to offer £5 million, which will all be about near €6 million roundabout. But the crucial thing is that Hibs are getting 27.5 cut of any cash. And I think it would be a safe bet. Alan Hutton thinks the same thing. It's like a 1-2 bet where it will win, but you need to risk 200 to win anything sort of deal. And I think Josh Doidge would be a very good signing. But 27.5, that's why Hellas Verona's are hanging out for a decent bid, so they don't lose pretty much all their money to Hibs. But I think Rangers, but that's the problem though. That's why a swap deal might be of hindrance, because if you offer Yilmaz and 2 million, in reality the 2 million is 1.4 million, and that's why Rangers might need to. And I think once you start offering 3, 2.5, and Yilmaz, it's not even worth your while. You'd be as well keeping Yilmaz, but we'll have to wait and see. But Barisic looks like he could be. It's all change at left back, man. But Rangers, 9th of January, made that video earlier. Make some signings, throw some bids in, man. Entertain us a wee bit. Even if you've got no intention of signing people, just throw a couple of bids in, give us something to talk about. There's nothing happening. All this man-made talk about Lawrence Shankland. Rangers have said about Shankland. It's all the pundits stirring this up, and scoreboards and people phoning in, phone-ins and all that good stuff. No one for Rangers has actually come out and went, we're interested. No, nothing's happening. And I think we're being misled because I can't see it happening. As for Lammers, looks like he's definitely away. But if you want me to talk about that, that is on the video earlier. Utrecht wanting them, 2.53 million. Sounds like a good deal to me. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Come on, Borna, do the right thing.